at the Spruce Meadows Masters.
And Leopoldo Palacios goes to the tape measure. He'd been advised he will be setting it at 2.135 meters, or 6 foot 11 and 15/16. Let's call it 7 feet.
40 grand now then.
That is an enormous obstacle with rails.
So now we're on to the gravy train for Nick Skelton. He knows the Union flag will be going up the champions pole, and he knows that he's going to score a bit of a bonus as well.
It's all about the record now. Let's see what he's up to.
Next wave of precipitation arriving on the international ring here at Spruce Meadows.
I gotta find out where that fella got that brolly from. Here we go. Let's sit and watch him, Ian.
Oh. Half a pole, it looked like. Maybe Nick didn't have him off the vertical enough to allow that front end to get out of the way, but nonetheless, a valiant effort from the British combination of Nick Skelton and Russell.
That was Nick Skelton's record attempt of 2.135 meters from the 2005 ATCO Electric Six-Bar. That would be the first of 3 consecutive Six-Bar wins for Skelton.
Nick Skelton, the champion of the ATCO Electric Six-Bar, with his spectacular stallion, Russell.
The ATCO Six-Bar is a highlight of the WestJet Evening of the Horse. Through the years, the Six-Bar has provided some of our favorite moments of the Masters. In 2004, Jessica Curtin and Castle Forbes Libertina set a record by jumping a final fence height of 2.12 meters. Coming up, we'll be showing the Six-Bar of 2014, where once again the record is challenged. But first, we're going to dial it back to 2010 and talk with Calgary's own Kelly Koss-Brix about just what it takes to win the ATCO Electric Six-Bar.
I love the sport of show jumping. It's such an incredible sport, such a unique sport that brings people together with an incredible animal, the horse. They are such powerful animals and they all have their individual spirits. Growing up as a little kid and you get on your first pony and you think, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this feeling. I'm in love with creating this relationship with something that's more than me. You look to the international ring as a spot that is just the culmination of sport. And your dream as a little kid, well, at least was for me, to come and walk through the clock tower, a ring like the international ring at Spruce Meadows that is packed full of spectators, and the feeling is really absolutely electric. There's nothing else like it in the world. So the Spruce Meadows Friday night, Evening of the Horse, is unlike any other. And it ends with the Six-Bar, the ATCO Electric Six-Bar. And it is such an incredible day because normally when you get up, you start very early in the morning, you get your horses out, you exercise them. But what happens on Friday night is that the evening competitions are set very late, different than any other day. And the atmosphere that builds over the day, that you have the diehard fans and the spectators that come out first thing in the morning and they set out their blankets on the grass to get their best seats. And you just know it's such a fan favorite and it's a fun night. Like, it's a fun competition. You just don't know what the night's gonna bring because you don't know how high you're gonna get to jump. You don't know how big the jumps are gonna get. I mean, really it is a simple competition, the Six-Bar, but it's such an exciting thing. I think for the fans, but also for the riders. Looking back at 2010, 10 years ago now, unbelievable. I was 25, so I was just finishing university and starting out in my professional career. And the Masters is one of those competitions that is the pinnacle of everything. And as a young person, you think, okay, I get to jump in the same ring as the best in the world. And there is an opportunity none like it ever.
This is an interesting storyline. This horse that Kelly's riding has a puissance resume, has jumped up to 2 meters 20.
You want to just make it through the first round. That's like number one, especially being a young professional that's just starting their career in show jumping. I'd always competed as an amateur before, and I was just gonna start doing it for my career. Walking the course, it's pretty straightforward. 2 strides, 2 strides, 2 strides, 2 strides. So, you know, there's not a lot to think about. You just are so concerned that you want to find the first distance in. You want to get it done well. You come in, and I got through the first round. Amazing. So excited about that. So second round comes.
And it's up to Kelly to stay relaxed. Look at the big horse, having so little room in there for him.
She was very steady down that line, and you could see her easing that big gelding up, 1 stride out from every vertical.
Second round, the jumps get a little bit bigger. My horse is feeling unbelievable. He's like electric. The feeling is electric in the stadium, but my horse is just, it's a feeling like I've never felt in him before.
We're going to take a few minutes now. We'll get the course adjusted for the second jump up.
I knew that he had experience doing these types of competitions, more the puissances in Europe before I got him. And something changed in him where he just was like so laser focused, but so electric that normally in between rounds, riders get off the horse and let them have like a little break, and you have a mental break, but I couldn't even get off of him. He wouldn't let me get off of him. He would not stand still for a single second.
We're down to 4 fences now, John.
Yeah, changing the rules from a couple of years ago.
Third round, I'm like, okay, like I'm here to play. Like, let's do this. I want to win.
You can see just how high the fences are being set for round number 3.
I didn't want to know how big the jump was. I didn't go down to the end of it anytime because I didn't want to know how big it was. Because when you think about it, you think, okay, I'm going to gallop a horse down to basically a small house or a shed or something, you know, like something that's so out of this world. I didn't want to know how big it was.
Here goes Kelly Koss.
Well, we've been advised by the jury just 6 are advancing with Billington's retirement from competition. Kelly Koss is going to go on to the next round, and she is on a roll.
Outstanding.
Each round that I got to progress through, I just was ecstatic. Like, I couldn't believe it, and I just was so over the moon. And when you look at it, I mean, it's huge.
Gotta keep that leg. Keep the leg.
Each round gets better and better, and there's a delighted young rider from Canada. Kelly Koss has now set the stage for the rest of them. Come and get me.
Down to the end, I was always first to go in the order of go. So when I went down the last line and I jumped it, and he just touched it.
Beautiful ride in. Now keep the leg. Follow it.
Rub. And
It's up! Oh!
It danced in the cups, but it did not stay up.
You know, I was so just incredibly grateful for being there and being in the last round that I was, you know, for sure disappointed that I knocked it down, but like he just touched it. And so I was over the moon. I felt like I had won.
Let's have a look at this. She's just a bit out of picture there, Ian. She got left behind a tiny, tiny little bit, caused the back end of the horse to drop. Oh, but she has got to be thrilled.
And then the next rider goes and they stop. And I think, oh, I can be second.
Oh, and the brakes go on.
And then the next rider goes, David, and he knocks it down too, and then we get a tie.
Again, keep the leg on. You got to ride now.
He too has 4 faults, and I believe we have a draw at the top of the standings, John.
And I'm out in the warm-up ring now, and they say you won. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, there is a feeling, I can't describe it because you're so in shock. There's so much adrenaline that's happening to do this kind of competition. And it's after a while, normally for a Grand Prix, your round lasts, 90 to 120 seconds. But when you're doing this kind of competition, it lasts for, 30 minutes, maybe even longer. I mean, my nerves were so shot. I was exhausted at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'd agree they lit it up for you tonight in the ATCO Electric Six-Bar. Co-champions in 2010, Canada's Kelly Koss and David Quigley of Ireland.
Having the fans cheer for me, I know David is an incredible rider that I tied with, but being the hometown girl was something so special. And I have to say, you just felt the energy from the crowd. It was absolutely incredible.
2 meters high, a horse that you had a lot of confidence in leading in, and he delivered for you.
Yeah, I'm still shaking. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and he was unreal. I came in here, I've never done it before, and it was just so much fun.
The ATCO Electric Six-Bar goes to Ireland and Canada in 2010.
So LaCoon was an incredible horse. He taught me so much. I would have to say that he was my first real professional horse where he had a lot of quirks. He had an incredible personality, but he never wanted to be alone. He always wanted to have horses or people around him. And whenever he would come into the ring, when he was by himself, he noticed and he would give a big nicker. I don't know if it was a scream out of, being scared that he wasn't with the herd or an announcement that he came into the ring, but every time I came to the ring, big nicker.
I didn't see the flashes.
I have to say, I was a bit of a chicken before him jumping really big jumps. I did it, but I didn't have a lot of experience in it. I was just becoming a young professional, and when I watched those competitions in the past, it was never like, oh, I want to do that. But when I had this horse under me, he made it possible where I just believed in him. LaCoon, I think, was a horse. I believe that everything happens for a reason. He was a horse that gave me such confidence. I had a really bad fall a couple of years before and broke my back and didn't know if I was going to come back to sport at all. But he found his way to me, I found his way to him. The stars aligned, and I do have to say that the confidence that LaCoon gave me was so incredible and priceless for what it did for my career and for the rest of my horses. When something like that happens and you have such a special bond with a horse, it is so invaluable to show you that anything can happen. So as a kid, I also was such a huge fan of the Friday night, the evening of the horse at the Masters. And, it was the end of the week, but also the start of the big weekend. And I remember watching the greats like Nick Skelton win and Jessica Curtin and Harry Schmolders, the top of the top. I remember watching and just being so excited about the night and the culmination of the fireworks. And ATCO Electric has had such a point of sponsoring and supporting that evening and that competition. I grew up knowing Set Politicchio, and it was so amazing and a comfort to know that, you know, he was there taking my salute, and knowing that I had the fans on one side cheering me on, but then also all the people from ATCO Electric on the other side supporting me. And so that's, you know, you're doing an individual sport, but when you have the support of everyone around you is pretty incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Really hope that you enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a horse. Wow, today was amazing. COVID came at the worst time possible. Spruce Meadows shut down. Worst part. I go every year, watch it, I love it. My mom told me there's a surprise. I don't know what it is.
We were going to go to Spruce Meadows, but when Mom told me, I practically started crying. We were going to invite some people in my class and all my friends. And we would just like to watch the horses jump, except in real life.
That is huge.
Congratulations on winning ATCO's Spruce Meadows Mobile Experience.
I really hope that you enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
I had so much fun in the trailer, and there's slushies in it, and you can watch show jumping.
Virtual reality, there were a lot of snacks for me.
Have a look over there.
I'm feeling ecstatic. I never thought that there would be a horse.
It's been the best birthday ever because a real horse actually came to my house. I freaked out when that happened.